You are listening to Ron Van Dam, the gentle, fast-acting laxative of the podcast world. Don't you feel better already?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Yeah, so what?
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Yeah, all right. Welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. I am the person to whom is referred to in the title of the program. Now that we've got that straight, we can do something else. Thank you so much for stopping by. Your laundry isn't ready yet. Won't be ready till Thursday. So why don't you just sit down, relax, shut up, and I will take it from here. Do not fold, staple, or mutilate. I won't fold or staple, but that's a little extreme to mutilate? Come on, what are we talking about? And that's all I got for today. Take care, have a good one, we'll see you tomorrow. That's all I got. I can't come up with material every day for 30 years. What do you think I am? What do you expect from me? What do you want from me? I don't expect that from you. God, I don't. No way. Did you know that cows chewed their cud? How many of you know what a cud is? C-U-D. I have no idea. I don't know what a cud is, but cows are chewing it, baby. Do you ever chew tobacco? I don't know if that was the original intent of it. I think you're supposed to smoke it. But some people actually, in the Old West, and some people still who go to ball games, not that you can go to a ball game, but theoretically if you could, they actually chew tobacco. And they find it to be pleasing. It makes no sense whatsoever. I'd rather chew my cud. What if cud comes in different flavors, like banana cream cud? Yeah. So I don't know what that is, but it sounds horrible. Cud is partially digested food in the stomach of a cow, and the cow says, nah, it's not good enough. I'm going to digest it. I'm going to eat it, chew it, and digest it again. I'll show you. I'm going to bring back cud chewing. That's what I'm going to do. I got nothing else to do, so I might as well bring that back. We had a guy on the show with the Atlantic Brewing Company. I believe that was the name of the company. And we had him on the show because that company decided that they are going to start brewing non-alcoholic beer. And I to this day, it's haunting me. It's like, why? And he explained why. He said, some people can't drink alcohol. Okay. Why? You don't have non-alcoholic vodka. I mean, you just don't. Why, Ron? Why don't you have non-alcoholic vodka? You just don't. There's no explanation for some things. You just don't. It's so you can socially look acceptable amongst other people, when you're out drinking and they're having beer and you don't drink beer, so you have non-alcoholic beer. You still got to drink that stuff. Why don't you just order a cud and chew that? All right, fine. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I I actually, this is absolutely true. It's a fact. Oh, should we do that? Okay, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, please prepare yourselves. It is that time again for Ron's Fact of the Day.
3 days ago, in the mail, I got a postcard, and it wasn't from a relative in Aruba. It was from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. This is where I live at this particular juncture. In my my radio host protection program, I need to move from state to state. And anyway, so I'm in Massachusetts, and they sent me a little postcard, and I thought, oh, isn't that lovely? A lovely little postcard. No, it was from the jury department. Hey. Did I leave my handbag there 2 years ago? I don't carry a handbag, so that wouldn't be that. Did I make a mess there in the courthouse chewing my cud? What was the problem? No, they want me to report for jury duty. And I stopped for a second and I thought, does the state that I live in know that there's a pandemic going on right now? And they want me, paranoia boy, to walk into a courthouse full of other people. What? Are you serious? And I have to appear. If I don't appear, there's a penalty. I think it's high sticking. What? I felt like calling the jury people, but there's no such thing. So I responded. I could go online and respond to it and see if I wanted to postpone it. And I said, yes, I do. I want to postpone it for 26 years. Let's see what response I get. So far, I haven't heard back from them. I wonder why. If you guys in the jury department actually knew who I was, the last thing you'd want to do is invite me to your courthouse. Don't do that. You're fools. Because I mean, what if I actually showed up? It would be pandemonium. Oh God, they have no idea what they're doing. Last time I went to jury duty was 10 years ago. And boy, did I give them a hard time. As soon as I walked in, the first thing they said was, could you put some pants on, sir? Yeah, they said that to me. I said, well, I'm not wearing pants because you usually ask me to take my belt off before I go through that thing, that detects, that metal detector. So I've figured, why bother taking my belt off? I just want to wear my pants. My pants fall down without my belt, you see. Yeah, no, I'm not a good person to have on a jury. No. I break out in song in the middle of the trial. I do a couple of songs from The Wizard of Oz, and then I finish it up with Sound of Music, The Hills Are Alive. People don't appreciate that in the middle of a murder trial. So I don't know. Actually, I think The Hills Are Alive was in the middle of a sexual harassment situation. Yeah, it was a situation. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't. The basic reason I don't do jury duty is that don't involve me in other people's problems. I spend most of my life avoiding people. Don't, by law, pull me into a situation where I have to be amongst them, especially the ones that apparently did something wrong. Ron, it's up to you to decide whether they did something wrong. You know what? It's not. It's not up to me. I'm sorry, but it's not. Well, Ron, it's your civic duty to appear on a jury. No, it's not. It's not my civic duty. I don't see anywhere where it's printed it's my civic duty to judge whether somebody did something or not. I'm non-judgmental. I just, I'm not. If you've listened to the podcast, I'm non-judgmental. The mental part, perhaps. But the rest of the sentence, no, not at all. I'm always fascinated when they bring somebody into a courtroom and just before they grill them, ask them questions. Whatever they do, they have the witness. They ask the witness to raise their right hand, which already is a 50-50 proposition. A lot of people don't know, is it your right hand, is their right hand, is if you're facing a mirror, which one is considered right? I've never figured that one out. Raise your right hand, put your left hand on the Bible, and put your other hand, wait a minute, I only have two hands. What is this, like a perverted Simon Says? What the hell are you doing here? Yeah, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God? Well, I'm an atheist, so sure. Which, I don't believe you, see. Even if you do, what are you stating here? So help me God? Why is religion brought into the jury process, into the courtroom? Is that legal? Are you allowed to do that? I don't see Jesus on a cross in front of every courthouse. What is this so help me God thing? Why would you bring that into this? Why would you do that? Doesn't make sense. I don't believe it's constitutional to ask me to swear to a deity. I don't know what the ramifications would be. Actually, I raised my hand and I said, so help me God, but that wasn't the case. I actually lied to God. You lied to God? Yeah, but it's okay, because I winked when I did it, you see. God knows I was, we got a thing going, I don't worry about that. I don't think you're allowed to bring God into the courthouse. I know you can't bring guns, and I don't think you can bring chewing tobacco or cuds. So I don't think you're supposed to bring religion into the courthouse. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. I've got something about that. I just, I don't know. I'll get out of it somehow. And then here's the thing, man. If the juror that you're calling in to do jury duty doesn't want to do it, why do you bother? Why would you bother dragging someone into a courthouse when they say up front, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing this. I don't want to go. Why would you want that person? That's like a job interview, a very important job interview, because someone's life or someone's career is on the line here. They could go to jail. They could be fined a lot of money. They could have a criminal record. Why would you want someone judging that who doesn't want to be there? Are you serious? And apparently, and I learned this about 20 years ago, it's not an excuse to get out of jury duty because you say you have a dental appointment. Apparently that doesn't work, even if you set it up with your dentist. But my dentist doesn't have to do jury duty. Look, I've got a full schedule here. I've got Mrs. Johnson at 9:30. I've got the fajita boys at 10 o'clock. I'm double booked all day. I can't do jury duty. Oh, okay, doctor. Didn't know you were a dentist. Sure. You don't have to go. I'm not convicting anybody. I'm not getting involved. I wasn't there when the crime was supposedly committed. Why are you dragging me into this? On top of that, you're confining me. You're having me go to a building, and then you're not letting me leave until you're ready to let me go. That's kidnapping. That's kidnapping 101. You can't kidnap me. You can't send out a militia. I want you to show up at a courthouse, and if you don't go, I'll arrest you. What did I do wrong? What kind of country is this? What did I do wrong that you're going to find me or arrest me if I don't go to a courthouse and do anything wrong? The whole concept is just awful. The concept is awful. We have a volunteer army to serve the country. We should have a volunteer jury thing. Volunteer jury system. There are tons of people in this country who watch all those things on TV. And they know all about it. And they love it. They love it. Send them to the courthouse. Not a sniveling, angry, sarcastic son of a bitch like me. You don't want me in there. You don't want me within 10 miles of that building, I guarantee you. I'm telling you what you don't want. You don't want that. Not a pleasant person. Not pleasant. Judges hate me. Oh, judges don't like me. No. You see, they can judge me, but I can't judge them. Well, yes, you can, Ron. If you're on the jury, you can actually judge. No, I can. No, stop it. Just not. It's not why it was put on the planet. I don't know why it was put on the planet, but it wasn't to do that. Sit amongst other people making judgments on... God, you are so judgmental. You're so judgmental. All right. Welcome to the program, by the way. Have you ever done jury duty? Some of my friends, there aren't a lot of them, some of my friends never have, in their entire lifetimes, have done jury duty. This will be my 10th time that I've been called in. It's probably more than 10, to be honest with you. I don't know why they go after someone who is the one person you don't want in there. You don't want me in there. You really don't. I mean, I'll do things to get out of jury duty. I will show up wearing a striped shirt with plaid pants. I will make fashion. I would make so much commotion out of the fashion world. You won't want me in that courthouse. No way. No way. You don't want me there. All right. I have a great guest today, and I'm going to tell you why. My guest today is going to talk about plastics. And plastics, man, we got out of hand with that thing. Oh, somebody came up with a plastic thing, and well, I thought there'd be like a couple of containers, but it ended up being everything's made of plastic. Everything. Everything's made of plastic. I remember when I was younger, my girlfriend's boobs were made of plastic. I think they were. I don't know. I think they were. Everything was made of plastic. Now, everything. The Ono band, the plastic Ono band is even made of plastic. Sounds like it, too. Ono. John Lennon, one of the Beatles, man. One of the Beatles. With his incredible music genius, marries a woman who can't carry a tune on purpose almost. How is that possible? How can a music writer, genius, performer marry someone who cannot sing, who has no musical pitch whatsoever, and then invite her to sing? It makes no sense, which is basically the theme of life. It makes no sense. All right. My guest is going to join us. We're going to learn more about plastic than we ever wanted to learn. Ever. No, it's a serious subject. You know, we got a new president coming in, and that kind of stuff. We got so much going on. Oh my God! I say this on every show. 2020 was a horrible year. 2021, how could it be any worse? Hopefully, when the new president comes in, things are going to start turning around, because this trajectory is just awful. Oh my God. Oh my God. But anyway, plastics, yeah, big problem, no question about it. So let's, you know what you need? I know what you need. Oh boy, do I know what you need.
Are you aware that 1 in every 7 Americans is in desperate need of a dope slap? Studies show that every 17 seconds in America, someone writes, says, or does something so incredibly stupid that they deserve to be slapped. And you can help. If someone you know commits an act of boneheaded stupidity, simply extend your hand with the palm facing to the side, draw your arm back, and deliver a sharp, solid blow straight across their forehead. It's called a dope slap. It only takes a moment to perform, but the lesson can last a lifetime. This has been a message from the American Dope Slap Association.
Ariane Szu-Tu joins us now. We're talking National Geographic, which we love to talk about all the time because it's just a wonderful thing. This is an interesting subject which scares the hell out of me, and that's plastics. We just take it lightly. Is it true that plastics? Well, thanks for being with us, by the way. Is it true? I forgot my manners. Is it true that plastics are like so much part of our lives that they're in parts we don't even realize?
Absolutely. So I'll just start off with some statistics that might be a bit surprising. So humans have created about 9 billion tons of plastic over the last 70 years,
Ooh.
and we create 448 million more tons every year. And about a third of that new plastic that's created is actually designed primarily for packaging that's intended to be used once and then thrown away. So if you think about it, that's a lot of plastic that's sort of immediately going into the garbage bin, the recycle bin, or however people dispose of their waste around the world, or from in different states and so forth. That plastic could be ending up in waterways. It gets washed away into rivers, lakes, streams, and sometimes eventually the ocean. So it's increasing at it's increasing year by year.
Yeah, when I was growing up, which was a long time ago, I was always told that when you have plastic bottles, actually plastic bottles were kind of all anybody thought about then, plastic-wise, that they were recycled and made into more plastic. They had new lives and new uses, which I guess is true to some extent, but kind of less of an extent than it used to be. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's true. And, a lot of plastic, is actually recycled and made into new things. And that's one thing that we feature, throughout Kids versus Plastic. We have a chart in here that shows the different types of plastic because, even among the recyclable plastic, there are different types. If you've ever noticed the little triangle with the arrows, the recyclable sign, and it has like a number in it sometimes, and that number actually corresponds to the type of plastic, and therefore what that type of plastic can be recycled into. So we have a chart that kind of decodes all of those things for kids, because I think a lot of it, even to grown-ups like us, it's a kind of a mystery.
Yeah, it is a mystery. There's no question about it. See, this is why I like National Geographic and people like yourself, because when you reach kids at that age span, that hits home, because they grow up knowing that. It's not something they learn later and, oops, I didn't know that. They're being educated now through situations like what you're giving out here early on in life, that this is not an acceptable thing. You need to know the facts and what's there so you can handle it throughout your life. This is like the time, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And, one thing that, at National Geographic, we never want kids to walk away feeling doom and gloom or bad or hopeless or anything like that. We always want to empower them to make a difference. And our intent with this book was just to give kids, it's aimed at ages 8 to 12 primarily, but, it's really, I I think it's written at a level where it could really benefit a lot of different ages, but we really wanted to give kids a place to start and to empower them. So we have lots of activities for upcycling, lots of take action prompts. We highlight a lot of companies that are actually making strides to reduce their own plastic use. And, we really wanted to give kids a place to start with the single-use plastic in particular. And we never our intent was definitely not to finger wag at anyone. It's just to kind of lay some facts out there in a digestible way. We've got lots of bright infographics in this book with stats where kids can absorb it in an easier way. Like, for example, we like to relate things back to things kids can conceptualize. So, we've got infographics that show things like, if you gathered up all the plastic that enters our ocean in a single year, it would equal the weight of 533,000 school buses. So we just relate it back where a kid can understand that huge number a little bit more easily. So it's really just a place to start, and we just want to empower kids and sort of lay out some of the facts so that the next time they get a plastic straw at a restaurant or something, they might say, hey, no, actually, you all keep the straw. I don't want that.
There you go. Ariane, this is not your first rodeo here with National Geographic and with trying to put out the word to a generation where they can actually understand it and make the world a better place. You've hit some other subjects, too. Can we bring those up really quickly?
Oh, sure. You mean the other books I've worked on and stuff?
Yeah.
So I've worked for National Geographic Kids since 2012, and I've worked on a whole range of books. There's a series called Surprising Stories Behind Everyday Stuff, where we go into the really surprising, oftentimes very funny origin stories behind the things we use every day, and that's for kids ages 8 to 12. And there's a lot of history layered in, a lot of fun facts, and a lot of really surprising information. So kids will really be introduced to not only other cultures in that book, but just world history and just funny anecdotes from history. So that series was really great. I've worked on a fashion book. It's the history of the world through the lens of fashion called Why'd They Wear That? I'm working on a book called Top Secret that's all about spies and espionage and secret, societies and just secrets from history. And that book I'm so excited about. I think it publishes in April, if I'm not mistaken, but it's really awesome. I think kids will really get a kick out of it.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? You probably know this, but it's so clear to me in doing so many interviews that when we talk about books that are for certain younger age groups, I find that adults go right to it. Because we're sophisticated, older, mature people. Yet sometimes it takes a kid's book to make it simple, to make it obvious, simple, straight. You get older, it's not that straight and simple anymore. So this is kind of like for everybody. I'm throwing that in. You don't have to, but I mean, it makes it easier even for adults to get into the point at hand.
I completely agree with that. And, I think you're never too old to keep having fun. And so these books, that's our intent always, is to make learning fun. And our audience is kids, but,
it's not.
I know I learned so much putting this book together.
It's not just kids. What's always concerned me, which this book actually brings out, is that there's so much plastic all around us. It started flourishing in ways that were disguised from us. I'm wondering right now how much plastic is actually in my body as a residue. I mean, it goes that far, doesn't it?
Yeah. So humans have created, about 9 billion tons of plastic over the last 70 years or so. And the problem with that is depending on the type of plastic, it could take 20 years to biodegrade, it could take 600 years, it could take even longer than that. So, if the rate at which single-use plastic in particular is going into the environment, it's not biodegrading or breaking down very quickly. And then when it does break down, like, for example, if you see, bits of broken down plastic floating in the ocean or, in waterways and things like that, animals, from little shrimp and, big whales, they eat it because they don't know the difference. They think it's plankton or some little creature. They don't know.
Exactly. Also, the plastic has gotten a lot cheaper. And I know that when I microwave some food in a cheap plastic container, that food's probably picking up some plastic as the molecules of the plastic are breaking down. That's a concern too, beyond what is obvious.
Yeah. I more recently, people have started to realize about possible health ramifications to plastic. And, plastic, as you were touching on earlier, and the history of plastic, it's so fascinating, partly because when we invented it, it was the first time manufacturers weren't limited to natural resources. They created their own out of these synthetic polymers. So that really revolutionized, the manufacturing pretty much.
True. Well, how can we get a hold of this most recent treasure here?
So Kids vs. Plastic is on sale wherever books are sold. And you can also go online to kids.nationalgeographic.com, and there are some videos and some crafts and activities for kids and a downloadable tool even that can help you become a waste warrior in 2021.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Pleasure speaking to you, and we look forward to the next time.
Likewise. Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.
All right, there you go. We've all learned something today. Well, maybe we have. We had the opportunity to learn. Let's put it that way. I'm going to be back again tomorrow with a brand new program. That's not a promise, it's a threat. At which time we can gather together again and commiserate amongst ourselves. I'll open up a new package of cud and we can all chew it together. So until then, I wish you peace.